Welcome back, guys. So last time we dropped the front subframe and all the suspension components out of the car. We also installed a few things and hammered out the trans tunnel to make room for that VG trans. Today, let's keep that momentum going. Let's get the front subframe and all the suspension components out of the old car and get ready to bolt it up to the build. So yeah, guys, I'm not going to waste any time on this. Let's get this car back together and get that SR bolted up.
She's a beauty.
Alright guys, so we got all the suspension and the front subframe pulled out of the old car. So I guess this is a good time to talk about my angle kit. It's a Part Shop Max Pro angle kit. I'm sure there's been a few different versions since I got these back in like 2015, but they still work great. So the coilovers are Tyne HE's drift types. Again, really old stuff, but it's all still in good working order, so I'm going to keep running it. The front subframe is modified to move the rack forward, and I'm using GK Tech inner tie rods and stock outer tie rods. It's a really good setup. Doesn't get insane angle, but it works great for me. So the stuff is really old, but it's still in great shape and still works fine, so I'm gonna keep running it. So you guys know the deal. We got it all out. Now it's time to clean it up, start throwing this stuff back in. Alright guys, so I got the front subframe and the front suspension pulled out of the old car. I cleaned it up with a pressure washer. Now it's time to just sort of start swapping things around and deciding which parts I want to use. But I think that's actually going to be all for today, guys. I'll catch back up with you guys tomorrow. Welcome back, guys. It's the next day, and man, it is hot out here. So, actually, let's see. It is 98 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 35, 36 degrees Celsius. It's cooking out here, guys. But I pressure washed the front suspension and everything last night, but I went through it again today and just gave it another wash. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do, guys, is give this motor a quick pressure wash. I'm not going to get too detailed with it. I'm just going to hit it with some mineral spirits and pressure wash it off. After that, I'm going to pull the wiring harness, and I think we might be good to get this motor in the car. So yeah, let's get to it, guys. Alright, so gave the motor a quick pressure wash. Like I said, I'm not going to do like a big deep cleaning on it or anything. It really wasn't that dirty. It just had a little bit of residue on it from a power steering leak. No big deal. Knocked off some of the grease. It'll be good enough. So yeah, next thing I'm going to tackle is pulling that wiring harness off of it. I'm probably just going to set up a time lapse for that and go ahead and pull that thing off. So I got all the wiring pulled off the SR. The last thing I got to do is reseal these lines on the power steering rack. Then I think we can finally go ahead and start dropping that SR20 in. Yeah, we're getting there, guys. It's almost back in its home. So let's get this thing back together. Alright guys, so I got some Teflon tape and a fresh O-ring on this fitting for the power steering rack. Hopefully it won't leak again. Guys, as you can tell, it just got really dark outside. There's a pretty serious thunderstorm brewing up right here. It looks like it's getting ready to come down hard. Hopefully there isn't too much of a crosswind and I can still work in the carport without getting soaked. Look at this. Oh, fucking 350Z. Anyways, hopefully there isn't too much of a crosswind and I can still work in the carport without getting soaked. So, yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull my stuff in a little bit so nothing gets wet, and we're gonna try to continue on with this thing. Alright, so the rain let up. Everything is completely soaked out here, but you know what? I'm motivated to work on the car, so I'm going to get some more stuff done. I'm going to finish bolting up these lines to the power steering rack, and then I'm going to go ahead and bolt it up to the car. All right, guys. So the front subframe's in the car. I got the SR on the engine hoist. Getting ready to lift this thing and throw it in. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that I'll be able to fit it in. Last time I was having a lot of issues with the transmission hitting the trans tunnel because it's a much bigger trans, and so I'm hoping I can slip it in there, but worst case I'll have to drop the subframe, get it in place, and then bring the subframe up underneath it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lift it up, and we're gonna try to fit this thing in there and see how it goes. Alright guys, it's been a long day, but we got that motor in the engine bay. Between that thunderstorm and everything else, I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, but we got it in. It's about midnight now, but we got that motor in and it's in there. Guys, I've been working on these cars for over 8 years, and getting a motor dropped in the bay, man, it never gets old. It always feels good. So yeah, I'm super excited. The build's coming along really awesome. Guys, as of this moment, I've got 50 subscribers. I just want to thank each and every last one of you guys that decided to subscribe and join me on this journey of getting this car built. To some people, 50 subscribers might not sound like a lot, but if even one person enjoys my video, it makes it all worth it for me. So thanks so much, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to keep up with this build, then please consider subscribing. I'm updating basically twice a week now, so if you guys have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, just leave a comment below. I'd love to talk with you, so let me know. If you liked the video, please leave a like. But yeah, guys, it's been a long day. I'm going to call it for tonight. I got a couple videos I need to edit and get out to you. So yeah, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.